last time, as I told you, that in order to find the first one, PA/B, the formula for PA/B is PA intersection B divided by PB, of which you know PB already. You just have to find PA intersection B. Now, how to find out PA intersection B? PA intersection B can be um, found out by, since PB/A is given. So see here, let us call this 1. Okay. Now, if you see here that PB/A is given to you. Now, what is the expression for PB/A? What is the expression for PB/A? So from here, what you can do is you can first find out PA, because PA bar is given to you, probability of the complementary event. So PA, therefore PA, what is the probability of the event A? It is 1 minus PA bar, right? So you have managed to find out PA here. So 1 minus PA bar is 1 minus 0.7, which is 0.3. That is your PA. Okay, now you see that you know PA and you know PB also. So is it possible to find out PA intersection B? Yes, because see that PB/A is given to you, right? Now what is the formula? We have PB/A is equal to PA intersection B divided by PA. Okay. Now put the values. PA/B/A, in fact, is given to you as 0.5. PA intersection B, we have to find out, and PA we just found out to be 0.3. Okay. So therefore, what is PA intersection B? PA
Hello.
intersection B, yes, I can hear you, is equal to
Okay, sir.
0.5 into 0.3, which you will get as 0.15. So we have, with the help of this and with the help of this, we have found out PA intersection B. Now we'll put the value of PA intersection B in 1 to find out PA/B. Okay. So from 1, we have to find out PA/B, which is equal to PA intersection B, which we just found out to be 0.15, and PB is given to us as 0.7. So therefore, this is 15 by 70, which is cancel. This 3 by 14. Clear? How to find out PA/B? Any questions on this?
No, sir.
Sir.
As I told you, you just have to find out PA intersection B and put there, because you already PB, the value of PB is already given. So if you see here, we have found out PA intersection B here. With the help of what? We have found out PA intersection B with the help of this one, P naught A and PB/A. And whatever value of PA intersection B that we got, we put it in 1. Okay, the expression for PA/B. Now the next question is PA union B. So how to find out PA union B? Now see, you know PA, we just found out PA here, right? PA is 0.3. You know PB also, right? And you know PA intersection B also. Not here, not this, but in fact the above one. PA intersection B, we found out to be 0.15. So you know PA, you know PB, you know PA intersection B. So PA union B shouldn't be a problem. So PA intersection A union B is equal to, the formula is PA plus PB minus PA intersection B. This is the formula. Put the values. PA is 0.3. PB is given to you as 0.7. and PA intersection B we found out to be 0.15. That's it. This is 1.7 plus zero point 0.3 is 1 minus 0.15, which is 0.85. That's it. Any question? Any
No,
question?
sir.
Fine. Then we'll do one more
No,
sum
sir.
of this type, and then we'll move on to story problems where you will have to understand how to use conditional probability. So this is my problem number 3. The question is, the events A and B are such that the events A and B are such that PA is 2 by 5, PB is 1 by 6, and PA union B is 13 by 30. Question is, show that A and B, show that A and B are neither mutually exclusive nor independent. So there are two parts to this question, right? First, you have to show that A and B are not mutually exclusive, and also you will have to show that A and B are not independent. Let us see whether A and B are mutually exclusive. When will A and B be mutually exclusive? Can you tell me when can A and B be mutually exclusive?
It will.
Sir, sir, P intersection B.
Hmm?
P of A intersection B.
Why P intersection B? In mutually exclusive, that's question of intersection come.
P of A mutually exclusive.
If
No,
A
sir, no,
and
sir, no, sir.
if A and B are mutually exclusive, then what can we write? If A and B are mutually exclusive, then I told you can add up the probabilities, right? A P of A union B must be equal to PA plus PB, right? Isn't it? So let's check whether they are
Yes.
equal. Let us check the left hand side. What is the left hand side? Here, left hand side is equal to PA union B. And what is the value of PA union B given? 13 by 30, right? And what is the right hand side? Right hand side is PA plus PB. Okay. And what is PA given here? PA is 2 by 5 and PB is 1 by 6. So let's add them up. 2 by 5 plus 1 by 6. Okay, so you get 30 is the LCM, 12 plus 5, 17 by 30. Is the left hand side equal to the right hand side? Tell me. Since PA union
No,
B,
sir.
is
No,
PA
sir.
union B equal to PA plus PB? It is not
No,
equal
sir.
to PA plus PB, right?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Hence A and B are not mutually exclusive. Hence A and B are not mutually exclusive. That's it. This is the first part is over. You have shown that A and B are not mutually exclusive. Now you only need to show that A and B are not independent. When are A and B are independent? If A and B are independent events, then what happens? Tell me. If A and B are independent events, then what happens? Can you tell me what happens? Yes? If A and B are independent events, then what happens?
Kavita.
Independent.
PA intersection B must be equal to PA into PB. You are not doing anything. If A and B are independent events, then PA intersection B must be equal to PA into PB. Do we know PA intersection B here? Is PA intersection B given here?
No, sir.
It is not given here. PA intersection B is not given.
When her the class teacher.
Okay, PA intersection B is not given here. That means we first have to find PA intersection B. How can we find PA intersection B? You see that PA is given here, PB is given here, PA union B is given here. That means we can easily find PA intersection B, right? So we have
Yes, sir.
PA union B is equal to PA plus PB minus PA intersection B, right? Just put the values here. PA union B, how much is it given here to you? It is given to you as 13 by 30, right? PA is given to you as 2 by 5. PB is given to you as 1 by 6. You just need to find PA intersection B. Let us find out PA intersection B. Simplify this. Solve the equation to find out PA intersection B. So you have 13 by 30 is equal to 2 by 5 plus 1 by 6. We have already found out, right? It is 17 by 30. So this is 17 by 30. We have already taken the LCM, right? In the previous one. PA intersection B. So that means what is PA intersection B? It is 17 by 30 minus 13 by 30. So which is, I think 4 by 30, right? So 4 by 30 comes to 2 by 15, right? So we have managed to find out PA intersection B, right? So left hand side, therefore, what is the
Yes,
left
sir.
hand side? LHS is equal to PA intersection B. Left hand side of what? Left hand side of this. PA intersection B is equal to 2 by 15. And what is the right hand side? PA into PB. Multiply PA and PB.
Yes, sir.
PA is 2 by 5 and PB is 1 by 6. So you get 1 by 15. So therefore what happens? Yeah, if PA intersection B is equal to PA into PB? No. Since PA
No, sir.
intersection B is not equal to PA into PB, hence A and B are not independent. Right? Now let's say A and B, therefore A and B are not independent. Therefore A and B are not independent. And what can we say? Then we can say hence A and B are neither mutually exclusive, right? Because we have already shown it that they are not mutually exclusive above,
Yes, sir.
nor independent. Nor independent. That's it. Clear? So that's it. These were the three
Yes, sir.
problems. These were direct application of the formula. Now let us come to the problem where you actually have to understand what conditional probability means. So let us now come to the story problem where you have to understand what is actually going on and what events you have to frame. Okay. So let us do a very simple example to start with. See this. Two coins are tossed. Okay. What is the conditional probability?
Yes.
What is the conditional probability Now you have to keep an eye on the question, okay, of getting two heads. Of getting two heads, given that at least one coin shows a head. Now, as I told you, keep an eye on the question. In probability questions, always keep an eye on what is asked of you. Okay. So if you see this,
Okay, sir.
if you read the question very carefully, the experiment here is what? Two coins are tossed. Okay. What is the question here? What is the conditional probability of getting two heads? Now, here is the main thing. Given that at least, uh, given that at least one coin, one coin, given that at least one coin shows the head. Now, see, this conditional probability is made up of two events. What are the events? Getting two heads, and the next is given that. That is this
Sir.
one. At least one coin is a head. So what I will do is I will call this A, this event A, and I will call this event B. Understood?
Yes, sir.
So we'll write this in the following manner. Let us define the following events. Let us define the following events. Okay. Look at this example very carefully because this is a building block. Okay, this is the building block from which you will go on to, stop at Bayes theorem. Okay, so we'll define the first event A as getting two heads. Understood? From the question. Okay, and we'll
Yes, sir.
form the event B as getting at least or at least one coin shows a head. At least one coin shows a head. Okay, so from the question we have framed our two events. Okay, now let's see what we have to find
Okay,
out.
sir.
We have to find, see the question, read the question once again. Find the, what is the conditional probability of getting two heads? Okay, of getting two heads. What is the event two heads? A. Given that, see this word given here, right? Because of this given word, we have a slash. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And
Yes,
what is the
sir.
next event? B. That means PA/B. This is what we have to find out. We have to find out probability of the event A given that B has already occurred. Okay. Probability of getting two heads given that at least one coin shows a head. Clear with this question? Clear with how to frame the event?
Yeah.
Yes, tell me fast.
Sir, how to frame the event?
Which event? Which one? A, B, or A/B? Which one?
Sir, A/B.
A/B.
Look at the question. Question is what? Getting two heads. See the word given here? Because of this given, there is a slash. You see the slash here?
Yes, sir.
This is we call given.
Yes, sir.
So getting two heads is what? Event A slash B. Now is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So you have to keep an eye on the question.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we have to find PA/B. Now let us write the formula for PA/B. PA/B, therefore PA/B is equal to PA intersection B divided by PB. This is what we know from the formula of conditional probability. That means in order to find PA/B, what do we have to find? We have to find PA intersection B and we have to find PB. Is it clear or not?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Yes, sir.
That means now
Yes.
we'll see how to find out the events. Okay. Now see here, what is the sample space here? two coins are tossed. So what is the sample space? S,
Sir,
2 by sir, 4. 4.
4.
HH,
Head,
HT,
head, tail,
PH,
and yes, sir.
TT, right?
Yes,
So,
sir.
Yes, sir.
the number of events that are mutually exclusive, exhaustive, and equally likely. How many? 4, right? Because in S we have 4 events. The number of events that are. What is the formula for probability? Do you know? Classical definition. Class 11 we did. Number of PA is equal to number of events favorable to A divided by number of events that are mutually exclusive, exhaustive, and equally likely. Right? Remember?
Yes, sir.
So we have got the denominator. What is the denominator? 4. Now we have defined the event A. What is the event A? Getting 2 heads. Okay, so let us write what is the event A. Event A here is getting 2 heads, only this, right? This is the event A.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Next, what is the event B?
Yes,
At
sir.
least one
Yes,
coin
sir.
shows a head. At least one coin shows a head. That means either one head or 2 heads.
Yes.
HT, TH, right? So this is your
Yes, sir.
event
Yes,
B.
sir.
Now we have to see what is A intersection B. Therefore, A intersection B. What is the event A intersection B? Getting 2 heads,
Yes, sir.
getting 2 heads, and at least one coin shows a head. At least one coin shows a
So
head.
the head.
So what is this event? What is this? What are how many? What are the events that are there in the set from the sample space? 2 heads, and also at least one coin shows a head. So 2 head, definitely one HH is there, and at least one coin shows a head. At least one coin shows a head. That means 2 heads, and also at least one coin shows a head. That means only one event is here, right? Because these two, if you are getting 2 heads, then this condition is also satisfied. Clear or not?
Sir, not understood. No, sir.
If I tell you getting 2 heads, if I tell you getting, if you see the sample space, 2 heads are there, right? See, both these conditions have to be
Yes, sir.
satisfied simultaneously, right? So getting 2 heads, and also at least one coin shows a head. So can I, if I take this event, this one, okay, HT, will it satisfy this condition?
No, sir. It will
Will
not
not
satisfy.
satisfy. That means both have to be satisfied together, right? Because there's an and here.
Yes, sir.
Well, if I take TH, will it
Yes,
satisfy
sir.
this condition? It will not satisfy.
Mm,
If I take TT, will it satisfy this condition? Obviously not. So what is the only event that
no, sir.
satisfies both the conditions? This is the only event that satisfies both the conditions. Clear?
Okay. Yes, sir.
So what is PA intersection B? Therefore, PA intersection B. What is PA intersection B? It is how many events here? 1. And how many total number of
1,
events? 4. PA
4.
intersection
Yes,
B
sir.
is 1 by 4. And what is PB?
Yes, sir.
What is PA? Let's find out PA also. PA. What is the event A? HH. PA is also 1 by 4, right?
Yes,
And
sir.
what is PB?
3 by 4.
3 by 4. Now let us see. Can I find out now from 1? If I call this 1, can I find out PA into A slash B?
Yes, sir.
We have found out
Yes,
PA
sir.
intersection B, and we know PB. So just put it in the formula. Hence from 1, PA intersection B, sorry, PA slash B, not A intersection. P, the probability of the event A, given that B has already occurred, is equal to PA intersection B divided by PB. Very, very important for you to understand this example. If you don't understand this example, We cannot proceed with conditional probability. You have to know how to um, frame the events. You have to know what the question is asking you, and then according to the question, you will have to find the respective probabilities. Right? Understood how to frame the events?
Yes, sir.
Let us take another example.
Yes, sir.
Another example. Problem 5. Okay, so the problem 5 here is a die is thrown twice. Fair die, obviously, or an unbiased die. A die is thrown twice. And the sum of the numbers appearing and the sum of the numbers appearing is observed to be 7. Question is, what is the conditional probability what is the conditional probability that the number 2 that the number 2 has appeared at least once, has appeared at least once. Now see, here the structure of the sentence is a little different. Okay, so you have to get used to this kind of structure also. Here the question was very direct. See, in the first one, the question was find the conditional probability of getting 2 heads, first part given, and the second
Yes,
part
sir.
was also given in the same question. But here, in this case, if you read this problem, the given event is given, the event that has already occurred is given separately, and the question is given separately. Understood? So if you read the question, it says that a die is thrown twice. So okay, so 2 dice are thrown, and the sum of the numbers appearing is observed to be 7. So what is the given event? The sum of the numbers appearing as observed to be 7. Understood? This is already given to you that the sum has come to be 7. You understood? What is the given event? Do you
Yes, sir.
understand what the given event here means? This is already given to you that the sum that you got
No,
was
sir.
7. Now what the question is, find the conditional probability that the number 2 has appeared at least once. So that means this is our event B and this is our event A. And what do we have to find? We have to find PA/B. Now check. Now check.
Hmm.
You understood? When 2 dice are
Yes, sir.
thrown, when dice is thrown
Yes, sir.
twice, do you know what you will get? You don't know. But here, see, they have already given you the sum is observed to be 7. Right? That means this is the given event. Right? That means this has already
Yes,
occurred.
sir.
And the question is find the conditional probability that number 2 has appeared at least once. So what should be my events? We'll say, let us define the following events. Let us define the following events. What is the event A? The event A here is, what is the question? According to a question, right? The question here is that number 2 has appeared at least once. Number 2 appears at least once, right? And what is the event B? What is the event B? Number is observed, number appeared to be
Is absorbed to be
7,
7.
right? So What is A slash B? Therefore, A slash B is, what is this event?
Yes, sir.
Number 2 appears at least once, given that number appears to be 7, right? Therefore, we have to find what? We have to
Yes,
find PA slash B. Now just check, okay? Now just check, read the question once again and check the events. See whether you have understood. Understood?
yes, sir. Got it.
Now let us proceed to find PA slash B.
Yes, sir.
So we have
Yes, sir.
PA slash B is equal to PA intersection B divided by PB, right? So we just need to find PA intersection B and PB to get our PA slash B, right? So let's see. What is the sample space here? Sample space. 2 dice are thrown, right? Or one dice is thrown twice. So what are you going to get? You're going to get either 1 1 or 1 2 or 1 3.
Sir, to the power 2.
Yes. 1 5.
6 square, 36.
Yes. 1 6. 2 1 and so on. This will continue till 6 6, right? So
Yes,
number of events that are mutually exclusive, exhaustive,
सुन ना यार कॉल करके फोन देना
and
कॉल करके
equally
देना
likely.
आया कॉल करना कब कब किए
And equally likely is equal to 6 square is equal to 36, right? Number of events that are mutually exclusive, exhaustive and equally likely are 6 square equal to 36. Now what do we need to find? We need to find the event A, right? What is the event A? What is the event A? Number 2 appears at least once. So here, what is the event A? How can A appear at least once? In the following ways. A can appear at least once as 1 2 2 1, right? 2 2 2 3 2 4 2 5 2 6 3 2 4 2 5 2 and 6 2. Okay, this is the way 2 will appear at least once, right? When you throw a 2 die.
yes sir
Yes, sir.
And what about event B? What is the event B? Number appears to be 7. Number appears to be 7. Appears to be
Yes,
7 means
sir, 5,2.
yes, 2 comma 5 and 5 comma
Yes, sir,
2. This
5,
is the only
2
way.
and 2,5.
Or any other way.
No, sir.
Huh?
No,
Number
sir.
2 appears, a number appears to be 7. Yes, there are ways. Why not 1 6?
Sir.
Why not
Yes,
1
sir.
6?
Yes, sir. 4, comma 3. 4.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
exactly.
1,
Why
comma
not?
6, 4, comma 3.
4
Yes,
3
sir.
3 4.
Sir, I thought, yes, sir.
1 6 and 6 1. Right?
Yes, sir.
These are the ways for the event B. Now we shall see what is A intersection B. A intersection B is what event? A intersection B is the event that number 2 appears at least once and number appears to be 7. Number 2
Yes, sir.
appears at least once and number appears to be 7, right? So now tell me,
Yes, sir.
in from the sample space, what should be the conditions that are satisfied? Only 2 events are there, 2, 5 and 5, 2, right? Only these 2 events will satisfy both the conditions, this one
Yes,
and
sir.
this one,
Mm,
right? Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Only these 2 events will
Yes,
satisfy
sir.
the condition simultaneously. I'm not saying only one, they have to be satisfied simultaneously. That is why intersection or and is there. Okay, so let us now find out the probabilities. Therefore, what is PA intersection B? It is 2 by 36, right? Which is 1 by 18. And what is the, what do I need?
Yes,
I
sir.
need I need PB, right? So what is PB? How many events in B?
Yes.
6,
Sir, 6 by 36.
which is 1 by 6. So therefore, what is PA slash B? Hence, PA slash B is equal to PA intersection B divided by PB from 1, which is equal to PA intersection B is 1 by 18 and PB is 1 by 6. So which is simply 6 by 18, which is 1 by 3. Is that absolutely clear?
Yes, sir.